So I think we are about due to finally get the truck on the road. This is a 2004 Duramax. We call it the Wife Max because we built it for the wife. We sort of made it girly with the purple on it. But after putting the truck back together, I noticed that the taillights weren't working properly. So in a previous video, what I did is I just replaced pretty much everything. I went through all the wiring, checked fuses, I checked voltage. I went from the front of the vehicle, from the fuse block in the engine, all the way to the back of the trailer pins. But I think you're gonna like where I'm going with this one because at this point, I'm just completely desperate. I'm pretty sure I figured it out. I'm gonna go ahead and tie the brake light that works to the other brake light on the other side of the truck. Let's see how that works out, because if that's the case, then we're in the money and we can finally drive this truck legally on the road. Not only is it dangerous not to have brake lights, but let's be honest, I'm gonna get pulled over if a cop's behind me. So after hours and hours and hours of Diag, checking absolutely everything, reading your guys' comments, I think we figured this out. And then also watch till the very end because I got some sort of bad news. I'm gonna explain to you guys why I may shut the channel down. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, watch till the end. I think that's important, especially if you guys enjoy the channel and you want to see it continue. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the video. So you remember the issues I was having with the Wife Max? After I put everything back together, the whole truck, the cab, got the frame all powder coated, the works. As you guys can tell, I'm finally done with pretty much buttoning up the truck to where I can get it roadworthy. The only thing holding me back at this point, of course, is the tune, which will be in another video. I think you guys are gonna love it. We're gonna be getting going on that. But this is the nightmare that I've been having after I put the truck back together. The brake lights don't work. I know it doesn't sound like a huge deal, but it really is because I can't even drive it on the road legally until I get this fixed. So I've been playing with this for like 4 hours now. But check this out really quick. This is weird. All right, bear with me. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the brake pedal and you'll see what happens here. So I'm assuming the right rear just turned on. It should. Now going in the cab, I'm gonna go ahead and just take my piece of wood and push that brake pedal down like that, just as a second person. So as you can see, brake light's working, brake light is not. So I was disconnecting wires, trying to figure things out. One, of course, would be the ground. So this is just a mock-up. I just self-tapped a screw in there and ran a separate ground. And believe it or not, that fixed the weird blinker problem and the low voltage. So it was a ground. If you look in there, it's all bent up. I tried to rebend it, didn't work. When I put a light bulb in there and I turned the running lights on, the only way for that running light to turn on is if I push the light bulb down in that thing and wiggle it around, it'll turn on. So what I did is I took the old pigtail from the old wiring harness and plugged it in. And believe it or not, that fixed the problem. But lo and behold, we still have no brakes. We have no brake light on this side. So after voltmeter testing and checking fuses and relays and everything, I came to a conclusion. What I did is I ran a long wire to the third brake light fuse and voila, I had brake lights. But for some strange reason, every time I hit the brakes, the blinker would turn on. It didn't make any sense. So what I did is I isolated that. I ran a wire from the trailer brake hookup. I just cut it off this LED strip that's supposed to be installed right underneath the tailgate. Theoretically, it's as if I hooked up a trailer. So what I did is I hooked up the brake trailer light and it worked. But unfortunately, that wire actually got hot. So at this point, this is what I did. So I'm just gonna use this test wire for now. Hopefully you're with me. I just connected it to the blue wire, which is the brake light. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this test wire and come on over here and connect it to this wire right here, which is also the brake light. And watch what happens. It works. It works. It worked! Boom! So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up. I'm gonna go ahead and put the tail lights back on it. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and just take it on a little test drive. I haven't driven the truck in forever. I'm so sorry to disappoint you guys. It's been a long time since I've done any success videos on this, but we figured it out, man. If I can only begin to tell you guys how much money I have hung up into this truck, and that was the only thing really stopping me from getting this thing going. And of course, dialing in these Ryan's Diesel Service turbos. And while we're on that subject, go in the comments below or the link below, click on that link, truckmasterdiesel.com, and it'll get you guys automatically entered in to win this Ryan's Diesel Service 64mm 9-blade turbo. And the second prize winner will win this brand new Arty Diag scan tool. So check it out. I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of the LEDs in the rear. I'm not gonna mess with them. We're gonna go ahead and skip the nonsense and not use LEDs. I'm just gonna use regular tail lights. But these right here, I've had these for a while. I just don't really dig the style. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. They're not smoked, it's just clear lenses. I don't know, maybe there's a little tint to them. But yeah, like I said, I've had these for a while. I was never really too crazy about them. But, you know, after looking at them, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's put them on. the audio, I'm using my cell phone and I have it on like 0.5 so you guys can see like the wide angle of it. But we're gonna go ahead and turn the lights on. One thing to mention, one more thing. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys and say that everything is completely done and the lights are perfect. For some reason, this bulb is out when the truck is running. So we have this bulb out, this bulb on during the running lights, this bulb on, this bulb on. It's weird. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You see that? So this is on, this is off. It's like, well, can I ever win? What is this? What's going on? And of course, let me show you guys something really quick that I did. I went ahead and wired everything back up. So now we have our LED strips inside of the headlights. If you guys ask me where I got this stuff, it's just cheap eBay stuff. And when I mean cheap, I mean these headlights were like 200 bucks and the tail lights were like 100 bucks. It's really appealing. And like when you shut the hood, as you guys can see, it just really ties everything together. And of course I have the Boost Auto Parts tow mirrors with the switchbacks. These are white when I'm running, so it just really matches everything up. It'd be kind of cool if I put fog lights on the bottom though and had them white, so it kind of all matches. But back to this right here with this light on, this light not on, it could still be the bulb. I don't have a brand new one in the garage right now to swap out, so we'll just say it's good for now. Let me know in the comments if I can get pulled over driving like that. I mean, a cop may actually hassle me for that just because the tail light's out. I don't know. But either way, the running lights work. Everything works. I had the truck running for a little bit, and check this out. This is diesel fuel. What is going on here? I had it running for about 5 minutes just because it's been sitting a while. I wanted the batteries to sort of charge. And I don't know if it's leaking, a little bit. But yeah, now diesel fuel is leaking. This is great. So I'm gonna figure this problem out. Regardless, I just buttoned everything up back here. I'm finally done. I'm so excited about this. This is a huge deal. Let me know what you think about the tail lights. Seriously, they're kind of clear, smoked-ish. But I kind of wanted to go for the all black. It's kind of growing on me now. I'm not too sure. But they are brand new taillights, so they definitely look better. Check this out. This looks really cool. This is, I believe, a McTuning tailgate light. And all it is 3M adhesive tape. That's it. It's pretty simple. I ran it right in this little tiny hole right there, dropped it down, and I connected it right to the back of the trailer plug. So the other issue that I'm having, like I said, was the fuel leak. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that really quick. I mean, honestly, this truck only has like 5 miles on it after I put the cab on it, and all those hoses are brand new, all those clamps, and there was 1,000 of them, so I'm sure something's loose. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in there. Unfortunately, I might have to remove some parts like the cold side and all that and whatever. All right, where's this fuel leak coming from? Looks like we got some fuel in the valley, guys. Check this out. There's these little clamps right there. I think it's coming from there. It's hard to see on camera, but it's because everything's black inside there, but you can see the wetness. Ooh. Oh, that's good news. It's right there. Well, where though? Let me see. So it's leaking from this fitting right here. A little bit of seepage buildup when the truck's running, and it's not that clamp. It's actually leaking down here and then dropping down on that clamp. So that's what's going on. So I think all I need to do is just tighten it up. Let's see what happens. I'll tell you what, it's so nice to hear this baby purr. I do have to adjust that exhaust, it's kind of low, but all the little stuff I can handle on my own. Look at that, tail lights look great. And we're gonna go ahead and take it on a little test drive. I haven't driven this truck in a long time. So just really quick, this is an Edge CTS3 monitor or a CTS2, doesn't really matter. Sell these mounts on the website if you have an 03 to an 07. You don't need any tools or anything to install this, it's just some clips. You pop this back, and then you slide that in. That's it. It's that simple. Run your wiring all the way to the OBD2 port underneath the dashboard, and you're done. Now it's saying power levels on here, but they mean nothing because there's no power levels whatsoever. But I will be loading those in there eventually, so stay tuned for the next video. I'm so pumped to finally get this truck done. This truck should be about 1,000 horsepower, 900 to 1,000 horsepower when I'm completely done with her. That's with an extreme tune is what I'm thinking. Truck sounds very nice. It's not shifting very well, only because I need a trans tune. You know, it's all stock right now. The computer is stock anyways. There's a weird chirping noise underneath the motor. I don't know what that's all about, but I guess I'll get to that soon. There's that next gear. It takes a minute to get in the gears. It's not the trans build itself, it's because everything is modified and I haven't tuned it yet, so I really shouldn't be driving it right now, but it's nice to be able to go ahead and get through all the gears and just make sure everything's good before, you know, I get the tune installed on there. But one thing I wanted to talk about really quickly with my channel, I don't know, again, what's going on. They turn the monetization off on my channel, which means that I'm not getting paid for the videos, and then they turn them back on, and then sometimes they're off for a day or two, and I'm losing heavy revenue. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I use that money to put it back into the YouTube channel. That's kind of how I keep the videos funded and the builds going. That's kind of how I do things. But if YouTube continues to do this, then I may quit. I don't know. But we'll talk more about that if it continues. I hate to do that. I don't want to do that to you guys. I'm not saying I'm going to quit completely. I'm still going to make videos, but they're not going to be as lengthy and cool and all that. You know, they're just going to be update videos. There's really not much I can do. It may even turn into something where I may actually have to get a second job. I don't know. You know, I have 4 kids, married. Kind of sucks. I've been doing this for about 7-8 years now. But this is a pretty enjoyable truck to drive, I gotta be honest with you. It's a lot quieter with those PPE cast iron heads. By the way, I do have a sound video on that, so I might actually do a video on the cast iron heads versus the aluminum heads. So another thought that I had, kind of crazy, I was thinking about putting the gooseneck on the back of it, or I'm sorry, the gooseneck hitch on the back of it, installing one, because this truck isn't lifted, and it'd be a great backup just in case my Denali went down and I had to pull the gooseneck trailer. This would be a really cool option to be able to use this thing. And it's got 2 turbos, I'll have plenty of power. I just don't know how high the exhaust gas temperatures would be if I was pulling a trailer with this thing, with all the extra stuff. And after months and months and months, this would be the first time I've driven this truck this long under its own weight. It's kind of cool. Just think about it, like every single thing on this truck was pretty much done from the frame up. And I assembled everything back together in my garage. Now don't get me wrong, I've had a lot of help. Miller Engines built the bottom end. When I received the long block, I just basically put everything back together. Like I said, I'm a parts changer. I'm not perfect at this by no means, and this is my first time doing this by myself. And then, you know, Mark, he rebuilt the transmission, the transfer case, and then of course all the extra goodies, you know, from PPE and HSP. Those are just all the bolt-on parts, you know, Ryan's Diesel Service Turbo, all that stuff. But if I'm not mistaken, Mark installed a hub carrier assembly from a Dodge rear end, from a Dodge Cummins. So this thing is posi. I think he calls it a track right. But there's really not much I can do until I receive the tunes. Once I bring those back here, and again, they're from Duramax Tuner or Calibrated Solutions. Really good guys over there. I talked to them on the phone, told them what my build spec was, and they were able to get me dialed in. This truck has no emissions, only because it's an 04, okay? So it's an LB7. Truck never had emissions, so that's why I'm talking about tuning right now. But they're gonna go ahead and dial everything in with the 100 over injectors, the S&S 100 over injectors, the 10 millimeter CP3 pump, and I believe that's from Exergy. And of course I have the PPE dual fuelers. The second fueler, or the CP3, is a stock CP3. And then I have the Garin R converter. It's got a higher stall on it. And then with the internals, basically everything's billet or forged in the short block. And that alternate firing cam, everything was done there. But of course I had to let them know about the tuning with the alternate firing cam as well. And I deleted the fuel heater. So I had to let them know that. So they're gathering everything. They're gonna send me the file. In turn, they're gonna send me what I need to plug in to the truck. And then I'm gonna load these tunes in. It's gonna go into my Edge CTS3 monitor. It's gonna be automatically put in there. And then at that point, these turbos should light. And this truck should be insane. It should be a complete animal. It's Nick. Hey, buddy. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I'm pretty pumped about all the progress with the Wife Max. I'm so glad I'm able to get all this stuff done. I'm gonna figure out that tail light. I almost wonder if that bulb just needs to be replaced, because I don't have an extra one laying around, but it's not really that big of a deal. If you want to support the channel and you guys want to get in, it's gonna really help me keep these videos going anyways. But definitely get entered in for the RDS 9-blade 64mm turbo that we're giving away. And of course, the second prize, you guys are gonna win a nice scan tool. And I'm gonna be drawing the winner after the 27th of this month, so definitely get your entries in, because it's gonna end really, really soon, and you will not have an opportunity opportunity to win this sick turbo. It's probably one of the loudest turbos you're gonna buy on the planet. I'm not just saying this because I'm just making this stuff up. These turbos, these 9 blades actually seem like they're a little faster. You can tell, you can definitely tell by the seat of your pants. I'll put a link in the comments below or in the description below if you guys want to get entered in, and it'll help me keep these videos going. But that is it on this segment. Definitely check out the next one. It's gonna be coming at you hot and heavy probably the next 3 days. We'll see you on the next video. Stay tuned. All right, now we got ourselves an LB7 Duramax pulling up to the track. And as you may or may not be able to tell, he's got himself his headlight taken out for some extra horsepower. About 20 horsepower to add, to be exact. Right now, he's gonna go ahead and hook up to this sled right here and see what happens. As he hooks up. Looks like Ryan from Ryan's Field. Yeah. Ryan. Ryan. What size turbo you got in there, Ryan?
Oh, yeah. We caught you.
Oh.
Here we go. Ooh. Listen to that turbo.
Listen to that turbo right there. Oh man, he's going down the track. You know what that does? Let's see what he does as he gets down the track.
Come on, Ryan.
Oh man, that's a smoke show right there. 320 something. 322.